Recent gold medal winner at the World Beer Cup. Float Trip Ale from Piney River, baby. Well, howdy do, buckaroos. How the heck are you? As you can see, I've got another nice day out here. We were out here Saturday, out on the patio, and it was, about 80 degrees. And then got a little cooler Sunday, and then yesterday it was down to 30, 38, I think it was. And now we're back up to about 70 again, so I think the weather's just crazy. Hey, so I'm revisiting the Float Trip Ale. I actually did a video for this just about a year ago, or just shy of a year ago, actually. When I was at the brewery. It's the first time I'm doing it with their pint cans, which I've poured to take a nice picture. As you can see, it's a beautiful golden. Uses pale malt and some wheat. It is a beautiful gold. 4.5%, 18 IBUs. This beer, again, just recently won gold at the World Beer Cup. Just last year, their porter, Old Tom Porter, won a gold at the Great American Beer Festival. So this is a small brewery that's really starting to get some notice. And just so you all know, if you've been looking at my stuff at all, I've been talking about these guys long before that. I knew they were going to be noticed. They put out some mighty fine beers. Their newest addition is their Mule Team Double IPA, and I think at some point it will be talked about as one of the great IPAs out there, or the great double IPAs out there, because I personally think it's just amazing. Using my old school dimpled mug here for a couple reasons. One, I think it's good glassware for a beer like this. Something that's made to be drank cold and rather quickly. Something that's made to be refreshing. That, and I knew it would hold a full pint easily. And it does. I don't know if you can see the bottom without me tilting that too far to spell it. It actually says Winston on the bottom. I'm not exactly sure when my dad got these mugs. He was a heavy Winston smoker back in the 60s and early 70s. I'm guessing it was probably the very early 70s when he got this, but it could have been the 60s as well. So I'm guessing this mug is somewhere between 40 to 50 years old. It's been around a while. I found it in a box of old stuff packed away about 2 years ago now, I suppose, but again, it is appropriate glassware for a beer of this kind. And then, again, I want something that was going to hold a full pint. Float Trip Ale, Float Trip Ale. Well, what does that mean? Well, I imagine many parts of the country, but here in Missouri, there's a lot of rivers that people like to go floating. They usually take in most cases, they take the 30 packs of macros and they go floating down the river and get toasted. But a lot of craft breweries are going to cans to give the craft beer drinker that likes to enjoy floating, a choice of beers. This one is made specifically for that. Again, I'll read from their can here. Float Trip Ale. A float trip is the quintessential Ozark experience. Yes, it is. A canoe, kayak, raft, or two in a pristine spring-fed Missouri stream creates, damn, I'm having trouble speaking, creates a lasting memory of our wild and beautiful outdoors. Our handcrafted blonde ale is the perfect accompaniment to your day on the river, or to simply bring back Float Trip memories. Yeah, it's only 4.5%, so it's not a beer that comes in a 4-pack pint cans. So if you're floating over, a period of 2, 3, 4 hours, it's not going to put your winky in the mud. Literally, you're not going to roll out the raft and get hammered. But it does allow you a beer with some flavor. It is clearly more malty than hoppy, but there is some hops there. It is a beer that I do recommend to, well, you know, macro drinkers, and I have converted a few with this beer by, you know, getting them away from the dark. So here, try something good. You know, the toughest thing to convert, I found, for me anyway, is, well, there's two things. One is sometimes those folks just don't want flavor. They drink what they drink for a reason. The other thing is price. There are some that do enjoy some other beers, but they're afraid to go there permanently because of price. This is a beer that's, you know, it's a little more expensive than they're used to paying, but it's not crazy expensive. I found it on sale for $7.97. It generates anywhere from that price to $8.98 a 4-pack. So it is clearly more than they're used to spending, but not crazy expensive either. And as I've talked for, you know, just shy of 6 minutes, I've almost killed a full pint. So it is a rather easy drinking beer. I have also, though, in the past, have let it, maybe not, you know, get super duper warm, but let it warm up in the course of drinking, and it doesn't get cloying or harsh like your typical lighter macro will. So I probably talk long enough now, but you talk too much, man. It's a Piney River Float Trip Ale. This is a brewery that is starting to get some notice, and I think you're going to start hearing a lot more from them. They are putting out some great beers, so here you go. Brian and Jolene from Piney River, thank y'all. You make some great beers, and you run a great, friendly tap room. So there you go. Ah, good to the last drop, man.